Hey guys, it's Chris, and it's Saturday, and I'm messing around with the Amiga 4000 tower. I 3D printed myself some rear plate covers in Jessie PLA, and they're going in quite well, and everything looks wonderful. It's kind of almost a match here. I'm up to the video card slots before the SCSI and RGB/audio board, and I noticed that the Amiga here doesn't have screw holes for the video card slots. Look at that. There's no place to put a screw. So I'm actually going to grab a Video Toaster 4000 board, which I have in the archives, which was how I met Mr. Ricardo from fixing his Amigas, was purchasing his video toaster. Just like that, we're back. We got the Video Toaster 4000 board here, and it does have a screw slot, like a half moon. And this is the Mama Jama right here. Now, another interesting thing has come up with this is the Quick Pack extends so far down it really butts right up against the graphics slot. And you can see I've done some cable management here and replaced the internal floppy with a Gotek and a screen. Also my SCSI CD-ROM and my 3D printed bracket for the Zulu here. I was thinking about going with a cable. I have an SD card cable extender, maybe punching it out to one of the expansion slots. This is a bar for the tray. I also purchased a brand new AT power supply in a slightly higher wattage in case I'm drawing a lot of current, but the toaster card here is going to basically rely on the rear plates here holding it in place. And as you can see, while the 4000 tower has two video card slots, you're not going to be able to use them. This is a double slot card and it's going to take up both slots. If I were to put it in the top slot, I can't, because the 16 meg RAM sits here, as does the Quick Pack accelerator, which even though it's pinned in, I have to be careful of because it loves to fall out. I'm thinking about replacing the plastic push mount things here with actual poles and screws to hold this thing solid. It's so large that you're either a toaster or a video card, because it's going to have to go up, and it's right in here. So while this does have two video card slots here and here, you're because of the Quick Pack, I'm down to one. So it is what it is. I can put this in here, and it does fit in the slots in the front here. Quite nice, and will snap in place. Maybe. There we go. But there's nowhere to screw it in, and it literally just hangs here. So that's not the best design, new tech, or Amiga Technologies. But there we go, we have the Toaster 4000 board in there, just sitting there, relying on the counter screw. Nowhere to screw it in, it literally just sits in here. So there you can see there's ever so slightly room for the smallest of holes, maybe, and even I might be able to tap this one. I doubt it, it's just so thin. To get a plate in here or something to cover it up besides just visual sitting in there like that. So maybe I could put a piece of tape on there, but that is a limitation. Mainly because of the super accelerator. You can see the RAM comes literally right here, as does the chip RAM right here. Sorry about the lighting. Maybe if I tilt this beast back, it'll give you a better idea. So there you go. You can see the Quick Pack's memory comes down and how close the video card slot is. This double card takes over your video slot. Now I could move this up one, but then I would have to lose the Quick Pack 060 and go with another solution. And that's not happening. So this Toaster 4000 will then go in the main Amiga 4000 desktop, where it has more room. Now I do have a problem with that. is I have a graphics card in there now. So I will have to remove that graphics card and probably put it in here to put, I don't know, some solution in the 4000 desktop. It never ends in Amiga world, guys. It never, ever ends. And I love it. I'm not complaining about it. It's just figuring out things from the past to keep going. And I have approximately roughly 2,000 pieces of hair left on the entire bald noggin up here and the sides. Every time I do an Amiga project, one falls out. I don't even know if this card works yet. I have not tried it at all. I guess I should, yeah, do that. I do have the Video Toaster software. It is 500 and something megs. It's an ISO. You can burn it to CD and, you know, put some BNC. I call them British nut connectors. I know they're not, but I have BNC to RCA, so I can use a little bit of different solution for preview monitor. The idea of why I wanted to do this, and now I understand why that slot is on the lower cover, is because this had a quick pack. They put their Video Toaster sticker here, and it just gives you the 1, 2, 3, 4, your video, program out, preview out. That kind of sucks. But what do you want? You want a badass 060 quick pack with 128 megs of RAM, plus your 16 meg on board, 2 mega chip, so 150, or do you want to run a Video Toaster? Nope, I will do a graphics card solution, and I don't know about the other one. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use this top slot ever because of the RAM. I don't think I'm going to unless it has some weird load dip, but it's still got, the chips would still hit. There's no way, based on the quick pack in here, I would ever be able to use this top video slot. And that's kind of a bummer. I have put the lid on several times. I also got the glass to finally stick with a really wonderful redneck solution. I put double-sided tape on the glass. It's very, very thick, and squished the glass in place. It is by far not perfect or, you know, accurate, but it's not falling out, and that's more important to me. I do have extra acrylic to cut, but I'm also extremely busy and extremely lazy, so that will probably be it for the rest of my life. As far as cables go, I bought a new floppy cable from Amiga Kit, and it has its own unique, or if I can find it, yeah, it's hiding over here, its own unique cable flip here. But the straight part is what a Gotek uses, and the factory cable, while it would have fit ugly, I wanted a solution where I could kind of layer over and make her look semi-nice, so I did that. SCSI worked out well. I have a longer SCSI cable, goes up here, goes here to here. Zulu, I did a little Thailand tuck in the bay here. Another solution I was going to do was put the Zulu down here. That's why this power cord is here. It's also powering a new fan. I listened to your comments, and I replaced the front fan with a quieter new bearing replacement. Internal speaker is working. I ran into an issue where I could not get any sound out of the unit, and then I forgot that I bumped the mute button. Yeah, this little guy right up here. You bump that guy, and it's you won't have any audio, and it's easy to click. I put the case on, must have bumped it, couldn't figure it out. Light was still on. So, important safety tip. 4000 towers are unique, just like every Amiga is unique. They all have their own little quirks and attitudes that they love to please you with. One small victory. I put some packing tape on the plastic here and taped it to one with an actual screw. It actually looks normal and quite nice. Now this does still need to be cleaned up and booger marks removed and tape and bits. I want to show you how this crazy case goes on. Now with this monster truck, number one, the lid is a big letter C, okay? Inside of this lid, you're going to see all these little bits. These things are like C brackets, C channel. They always get smashed, and then you're fighting this cover like mad, and they go all the way around the outside on all points, which makes it just fun. So, for my own sanity, I stick a small flat blade in there and just make sure that I have enough wiggle room, because they're going to squish again. Just make sure they are opened up just enough. Now to put this monster truck in, you kind of go like this. Away from me is the front of the unit, and I kind of put the front lips in. You got to jiggle it lots of times. Nope. And I stick my hand through the 5 1/4 bay to get that front lid on. And you're still going to have these little issues where these are sticking out. Well, you got to lift up and squish it in. And once you get it down on both sides, it's a little bit of a magic show. Oh, got one up front here. Alright, once you're in and you lose them all, they don't go in again, you kind of just start squishing it and give it a tap and a smack. And check again to make sure you don't have this massive gap. And once you're done, you can finally start sticking screws in. Now I have a long screw here because the case is bent, and that'll kind of pull the rest of the case in. That is the metal part, front fascia. Now what happens is I always smash something that causes it to not work. The buttons are picky. So let's just see if I got my sound working. I did. Built-in speaker, nothing to shake a stick at, okay? It just has sound. So cool. Found my missing thumb drive, which actually fits in here with the lid shut. So I'm going to put in this. You'll see my screen display here. This is Flash Floppy 3 something? What is it? Today, this month, 335. I have 3 thumb drives for AHI. Let's get a Miss Pac-Man. Okay, so we have Miss Pac-Man in the drive. This is an NTSC 68060 Quick Pack Amiga. How are you going to do that? Well, press reset, and I'm a double mouse button. Since this is a 3.1 ROM, here we're going to go to boot options, DF0 of course, display options, we're going to say it's PAL, and then we're going to say boot. At which time, Miss Pac-Man should load off of the floppy, or Sutehk here. A lot of people ask me, hey, what's this little box? This is a Divoom Tivoo, T-I-V-O-O, Bluetooth speaker 3.5, has a memory card. Oops, wrong button. 3.5 mil. It does make some weird high-pitched noise. So I'm going to turn that off and hit the button. And the sound is really good. There we go. And this works totally fine. Now I am horrible at these games. I am not a gamer. So I will just do my best. I can make it to level 3. Can't touch this. I didn't even die. My best day yet. Oh well. But you can see that Pac-Man works quite well. Or Miss Pac-Man. Chris, why don't you make this a full-time PAL Amiga? This is America, where Jesus lives. And we don't run like that. Oh, we didn't do the traditional Frontier Elite 2 060 Frontier Elite 2. Here we go. Perfectly cool. Perfectly nice and smooth. So that's your customary Frontier Elite 2 demo. I'm going to reboot that because that is that's that. Now, my customary thing to do is to play a small assortment of the Slayer Christmas album, Seasons of the Abyss. I'm using a play CD off of Aminet. Works great. So it works fine. This is what I accidentally did. I pressed stop, and then I thought this was stop, and it went pow. But I had the door clicked closed. Whew, scary thing. Luckily the motor is so weak in here from being 30 years old. That's why, as a safety precaution, I just close it, not click it closed. So this is 3141. I have a separate build on an HDA image for the Zulu where I can just simply flip them on the fly. Well, if I could get to the card, I can cheat and pry this open and reach inside. That's why I wanted the ribbon card in case I wanted to switch. Most likely once I get this finalized, it's not being swapped around. Figure something. I don't want to cut any cases. I don't want to manipulate any face plates for a card. Nothing like that. It stays totally fine. And once she's all buttoned up, you can hear here while you don't hear this. You hear a little bit of fan noise, but it's so minute, and I'm not talking loud. I'm just facing the camera in a normal voice tone, so this is now not such a leaf blower or vacuum cleaner of a device. Once it's down below next to its brother, the 3000T, or the sister, we will be good to go. So special thanks to Andrew and David for printing me 3D feet. I greatly appreciate it. The 3D printer that I have, the Ender 3D V2, just isn't long enough. Sometimes she needs a big one. This girl, she likes them big. 3D printer wise, there is the 3D print for the 3000 tower feet that I linked in a previous video. Thanks to Darren for recreating that in both flavors, a sliced off but functional Ender friendly foot and a full size Mofo John Holmes edition for regular big boy printers. So that is all I got for now. On the 4000 tower update, the original intention was to put 2 devices in the video slot, but because of the super duper quick pack 060, she kind of scoots into the territory of that top video slot, causing it to be pretty much useless, and the video toaster in the bottom slot covers up the top slot anyway, so you're just like a 4000 desktop. You have 2 video slots, but you can only use one because she's a little thick in the thighs. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thank you guys for coming along on this quick journey. Subscribe and stay tuned for more Amiga updates in the future. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.